What's good with you, Facebook and YouTube? This is actually going to be a dual video posting on both platforms. But you see the title of the video, so let's go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty. As civilians, and I'm using civilians very loosely. As civilians, do we really need a weapon mounted light on our defensive EDC handguns? Now, before I start and jump into this, I'm not making any suggestions. I'm not telling you should have a light. I'm not telling you shouldn't have a light. All I want you to do is base your weapon setups off of what's going to work best for you and your lifestyle. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it, because this is kind of a controversial topic right here. When I say defensive handgun as civilians, I mean the handgun that you're going to put on your person, step outside amongst the world. That handgun is not going to come out of the holster until you see a threat, perceive a threat, and feel that that threat needs to be taken care of. That's going to be a reoccurring theme throughout this video. See a threat, perceive a threat. Remember that. That's what a defensive handgun is. Now, an offensive handgun is not really the handgun we're talking about. We're talking about the role that the handgun is being used in. It's being used in an offensive purpose. That offensive purpose is it's already out of the holster. You're pushed out and you're looking for threats. We are clear. No magazine, nothing in the chamber. You're pushed out and you're looking for a threat. On that type of handgun, yes, you should have a weapon mounted light, because you're searching and you're scanning for threats. You're using your weapon offensively. Police, military, security, they're more likely to use their handguns offensively. So that's one thing to remember. We're not talking about offensive purposes with the handgun. Those weapons should have lights. We're talking strictly defensive EDC civilians. Do you really need a weapon mounted light? I don't think so. This is why. Because as civilians, before I even should draw my firearm, I have to once again see the threat and perceive the threat. If I could do both of them things, then obviously there must be enough light for me to put accurate shots on target. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, yes, you may have a weapon mounted light on your handgun as a civilian, but you can't use that light for searching. You can't just come out of the holster, oh, I need light over there, point your gun, and activate your light. You can't do that, because you have to abide by the firearm safety rules. You do not point your handgun at anything that you do not want to shoot. Now, somebody who using that weapon offensively, once again, they're scanning for a threat. As civilians, we're not supposed to look or scan for threats. We're supposed to see the threat, perceive it, and defend ourselves against that threat. If you can see it and perceive it, there must be enough light for you to be able to defend yourself. So do you really need a weapon-mounted light? I don't think so. Another thing we want to hit on this is Another thing we want to talk about is this. The activation of a lot of lights is cumbersome, and it's going to impair your ability to put accurate shots on target. Like with this Olight Mini, got a little toggle switch that you have to push down. That means I have to go from a thumb force grip to this grip right here just to use the light. So now my accuracy is going to suffer because of that. Now, yes, train. Yes, I understand that. You could train through anything. But let's not sit here and act like a thumbs forward grip isn't going to be a more preferred grip than this little grip right here. So that's another reason. To hit on another topic, depending on what kind of handgun you got, it may be hard to even find a light bearing holster for your handgun. So that's another reason why we can debate, do a civilian really need a weapon mounted light on their EDC handgun? So with them little points that I'm making right there, let's talk about it in the comment section. Do a civilian really need a EDC? Do a civilian really need a weapon mounted light on their EDC handgun? Because when is a civilian really going to be in such a dark environment that they can't see and perceive a threat before it comes to them? You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't see you, then damn it, you can't see me either. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. What do y'all think? As civilians, quote unquote, do we really need weapon mounted lights on our handguns? Is it worth the extra money? Is it worth the extra weight? Is it worth the extra cumbersome holsters that you have to have that are light burn? Is it really worth it? Let's talk about it. What do y'all think? I don't I don't really see it to be as needed as a lot of people make it out to be. I don't I don't really see it. You know, somebody whose profession was a police officer, they're probably gonna lean more towards a weapon mounted light because they've used their weapon offensively. Somebody who was a combat MOS, they probably gonna lean towards a weapon mounted light because they didn't use their handgun offensively. As civilians, I think as civilians, if you don't have a weapon mounted light on your handgun, I think you'll be just fine. What's more important is to probably carry a handheld light. Because I can point this over here and see what I need to see. Can't do that so much with this right here. So let's talk about it. What's your thoughts on it? Do civilians really need weapon mounted lights on their EDC handguns? Let's talk about it. Y'all be blessed, be safe. I'm out.